was lawful neutral. I could be wrong. Yeah. Lawful evil rogue. And I guess it depends what sort of abilities are swapped out, or not abilities, but features. Oh, okay. That's a yeah, that's a DM and player decision. Oh, like I think the Warforged Lightfoot, I think there is one example of that, where it's a robot specifically built to be a rogue and a sneaky shadow stalker. The stats. Sorry, that's kind of weird. They're called. Yeah. I was gonna say that sound as long as the I guess the sum. I would say if the numbers themselves stay the same and just their placement changes, I think that's perfectly fine for making what's a new character effect or a alternate character, alternate. That's you. No, it's like it's actually changing a line. A changing class is one thing that takes just a different. That takes a different mindset of play in itself. But changing alignment is well. The thing is, to properly play a character's alignment, you gotta show, not necessarily tell. So it's like what makes Shadow Ingvar, Dark Ingvar actually lawful evil as opposed to what was it, lawful neutral before, chaotic neutral? Oh, lawful. Okay, thank you. Dang, Ingvar was a shining star of justice. Um, well, let me ask you this, Marcus. You wrote. Okay. Wow, really is an upset. Um, what exactly would make Shadow Ingvar what's the word? You know, lawful evil. text to be. Oh yes, here comes the queen. Secret. Okay, Alma. Do have a question related to Dark Ingvar, if it if it causes issues within the party. Is every I know both, and I know this will be a question to ask Moon Cheese later too. If there comes a point in the story where the characters are they're at odds with each other, is PvP sort of like having an angry campfire scuffle kind of thing? Is that going to be okay with everyone? Okay. I don't. I mean, I don't know how far Marcus is going to have Dark Ingvar go. I don't really know how Johnny and Gmorph will play out. Oh, okay. So, if should I provide an example of what might prompt a bit of a PvP incident? Thank you. One thing I'm thinking is, let's say one of the characters does something unacceptable by the someone else in the group, and they say, "You better tell us what you're really up to. Why would you do that?" I don't have to explain myself to you. Well, then explain it to my fists. Roar! And then they start wrestling or having into a little duel. Just tempers are flared, and then they beat each other up a bit, and either someone breaks them up, says, "Hey guys, we got to work together. We can't do this. This is not how we're gonna figure out what's going on." Or just they just get it out of their system and say, "All right, yeah, I guess I overreacted, but you better watch yourself. I'm watching you." Uh, okay, thank you. Okay, gotcha. Peaceful investigation. I mean, interrogation. Oh, I wish to keep him. So, Marcus, you do want Dark Ingvar to come out. I think this is appreciate the angry campfire. I don't know why you have my Twitch thing open. I'm not streaming it. I'm just recording it. Because he's Town gate? Something with the gates, the logic gates? Oh, is it like the logic gates? Circuitry and electrical engineering. Gate, if I remember correctly, a gate is like you can switch on or off if a circuit is completed, like a breaker or a fuse box. I don't know if that's what he actually means, but I'm guessing. It makes me think of. Do you remember in The Simpsons, the cursed crusty clown doll because it had a switch on the back for friend versus I think murder thing. Okay, it's like okay, such a simple solution. Just flip the switch. Okay, he means so both of them being switched put down. Okay, a gate between worlds, not one where we expect. Put sticky tape on the switch so it can't the gate so it can't be opened. Oh no. I have a question about this for Marcus. Would the appearance be different or would it only be the personality? Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure if that applied here too. If it was obvious that, oh, Dark Ingvar time versus, yo, Ingvar, you seem to be acting a little different today. So, okay, just 1 second, Ingvar has an edgy outfit, then the next outfit, and then the next moment, they don't. Gotcha. Dark Reflection of Ingvar sounds like my favorite mobile game. Oh boy, at least it's easy on the eyes. Uh, I mean, there's a lot of wacky stuff in D&D, and I'm sure there's wacky stuff in Undertale use where just 1 second there's a character, next second they've been swapped out with or it's a completely different character in this. I guess it's like they just switch. I guess. I mean, I was thinking more like they just switch. You stop that. No, I don't mean that for real this time. I mean, but I don't think those are good examples of it. I'm thinking of like just they the two characters or two reversions reflections of Ingvar. They swap timelines. Like one moment Light Ingvar's in Light World, and then 1 frame later, for some reason, the sprite or the Skyrim NPC changed. Boop, and now there's Dark Ingvar in the place in the Light World, and Light Ingvar's in Dark World. It's like, how did I get here? Oh, okay. So the only one I could think of is in Rick and Morty, and it's a lot more gruesome than I would like for this. It actually does involve the whole. There can only be one thing. Ugh. Anyway, let's see what Marcus. Yeah, it's very confusing. I'm too smooth. You solve the puzzle. Ingvar will still change appearances when they go to the dark world, but be normal Ingvar. Where that cool overlay. Internals. My favorite D&D spell. Let's Ha 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 ha. Actually, Gamorph might be of all characters, which is weird. I mean, he's a jack of all trades. He can do it all. He might not do it well, but he can still do it. Yeah, he can do it. Um, also, sorry, no, go ahead. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I think I gave Gamorph Construct as a favorite enemy. Was it either that or it was either that or Aberrance or the Aberrations? Either way, he's got he has some knowledge. I think. My name's Infinity of Two Engineer Hat. My time to shine. Some sort of tinkering, like the don't rewire Ingvar wrong. Oh, I was just guessing because it says when it says to disable something to prevent it from happening, of which, excuse me, that's a question for Marcus or for me? Dagnabbit, I just noticed Discord volume was not getting picked up this entire. I'm sorry, it happened again.
Beck, is the Discord getting sound?
Yes, I gotta change it back now. Change it
A
back.
D100, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Wow, a D100 for three times. Okay, so a percent. It's a percentage. Oh, okay. That's smart. I like that.
So what, like under 25% bad, above 75% good, everything in between is middle? Although with the thing with 3 times rolling, it's very likely for it, very, very likely for it to land somewhere in the middle. Like for example, if you roll for no, if you do if for DC for the kind of number you need for the check to succeed, I assume by this system you mean anything below an average of 25 is bad, like the bad situation happens. If it is anything above 75, then a good thing, the good situation happens. And if it's between 25 and 75, it's just average, normal. Whatever result comes from that. Does it make sense? Okay. I was saying that what I assume you mean by this is because you have to roll 3 times. If you get an average D100 roll of lower than 25, that the bad thing happens. If you get an average roll that's higher than 75, that's something that the good thing happens. And if it's somewhere in between those two, that it's just average, normal, unless you want to determine another 50-50. What? So there's no middle ground? It's kind of extreme, but I'd prefer one. I mean, at that point you might as well just roll it a d4 and say either you go very good or you go very bad.
So if it's a 50-50, you could just flip a coin three times, and that way you have a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Make it real simple.
I mean, if if Gmorov knows stuff about constructs, it shouldn't be 50-50, right?
Uh, well, I guess it also depends how advanced this construct is. Middle ground. That's a good
I
question.
guess if you mean in terms of a role or in terms of what happens? Or yes.
See what Marcus writes, and then I can suggest what I might think is a middle ground for messing with technology.
Yeah. I mean, my opinion, middle ground would be. I mean, you learn something about what's going on. d- you manage to fix some of it, but you don't fix all of it. You just have to do it again at some point, and maybe then you can fix it. It's an improvement.
Is Marcus writing or is my screen not? I can't
No,
tell.
he isn't.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to find something. Uh,
Did not eat 3 to 5 hours. Another time.
huh? What? You mean as a physical boost on their character sheet?
Yes, I've been in. I
What?
have. I'm gonna admit I don't think that makes a lot of sense unless Ingvar's internals are providing insight or nanomachines.
I mean, at that point, I might say either you get advantage at the check or the DC just gets lower.
That makes sense. May I
Not,
actually?
hey, this character gets a permanent boost to wisdom.
Ooh, I have a tangent story about that. I can make it
Uh
fast if you
oh.
like. If you'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so in RuneScape, there's a cave goblin scientist, and your character can talk to him, and he'll either about like science stuff, but really just turns into being effectively lectured by Alphys, and either your character gets a temporary boost to magic or rune crafting, which is like spell crafting, with the saying of your character with the flavor text, your character understands it and has a better insight into these things for the time being, or it takes a -2 to either skill temporarily and says it just hurt your brain, you couldn't understand any of it, and now you need to lay down.
Ouch.
I thought that was very fun and believable flavor text. That kind
It kinda is, yeah.
my brain too
No.
smooth. Now it's smoother.
Nom nom nom. Marcus, maybe if you don't if you're not sure about having a middle ground, maybe you could have it. Assuming that either Gmorov or a Darkner from the Cyberworld does it, that instead of it being a 50-50, it's a 45-55,
Sounds
because
possible.
they have some knowledge of this and they can maybe apply this to help them in a limited capacity.
If I may suggest another idea for the middle ground,
Hmm.
um, before you said that it's gonna have to be taken care of later, which is something what I was thinking is the the one who does the tries to gets the middle ground while trying to fix Ingvar can temporarily change Ingvar to the right to the quote unquote the one they want. I was gonna say the right version, the one they want, but it's going to but the other there's a chance or going to be a checkpoint, a milestone kind of thing where, other Ingvar appears, swaps in again, and you have to do another roll, but you have a slightly better chance now that you have a better understanding of what not to do or what not to do to fix Ingvar. Haha, you thought you fixed Ingvar. Nope, it was just a temporary fix, like when you install a Windows 10 patch and your computer still has issues, but at least not as often now.
Okay. Oopsie.
Oh, good. I'm
And
glad
would
that.
you?
I'm glad
So,
that.
Marcus, you want me to use this? What Beck use the thing that Beck suggested?
Thought you were done with me, Dark Ingvar, but no, you merely delayed my return. Anime laugh.
Determinism. I mean,
Uh-oh.
welcome to Deltron.
Uh-oh.
All right. Um. So that's done. Probably delete this. Next. So, how do you all feel about illusion of choice and no-win situations? I know Beck isn't a fan of no of illusion of choice.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like me. Well, I guess it's Undertale and Deltarune. I guess it fits the theme. I guess it's fine. Then I guess it keeps in flavor.
I mean, I only have the illusion of choice come up in potential post Azure stuff for probably 2 fights, and that's because of actually I don't know if you want to hear the spoiler.
Yeah, I don't care. It'll just get me hyped.
Does Marcus care?
Right. Do you want to hear a stupid thing I noticed in video games, and it's kind of influenced how I do things?
Heh,
There's this one video game where
which
they,
again?
it's dressed up to be all cinematic and matter of life or death in the game and very intense. But then I found out because I failed at it the first time. Wait a minute, the actual tension here is forced. You can't even fail. You can't actually fail it if you're just going slowly or doing something and not just moving. So I just had my character casually walk through all the lasers and onslaught, knowing like me, it's not actually going to be difficult. I can just do whatever.
Uh,
I'm just gonna
okay.
give up on certain fights because of this. No, no, I won't. I'll still put in a good act.
Yeah, he's acting. Okay.
Ooh,
Marcus, would you be saying no if I gave back a small spoiler concerning the no win stuff because he may need for making a call on this. Actually, now that I think about it, the no win stuff is going to be much more common than the illusion of choice stuff. Uh,
that,
I
well, that's okay.
Beck when I started with asking the question, I said I know Beck isn't a fan of illusion of choice. Uh, and then I said, well, it's not really gonna come up. It's only gonna come up in like 1 or 2 fights. And then I said, if you want to, if he wants an example of, or at least of why it would be happening, and then I said, well, I would kind of include a spoiler. I don't know if you would be fine with a spoiler.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. Okay. Uh, the reasoning behind the illusion of choice fights would be, this is how this world works now, so you have to do this, and nothing else, because I want it like this.
That makes sense.
So I don't know if you would be okay with this. At least in these situations, I'm not gonna have it come up besides this.
Mm.
I mean, you back.
Right. Oh, was that a question? Was that another question? Was that the question to confirm it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine then. Thank you for explaining. That definitely helps me that definitely helps me understand what to expect. And yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's D&D. You can't always do whatever you want. Things have consequences, and sometimes they big bad guys already won. Grump angrily sips
Mm.
coffee.
All right. Next questions. Next question.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is gonna come up, but Do you both of you know how betray kills work in Undertale?
Uh, is that where you get someone all the way to spareable moment and they stop fighting you and then you kill them?
Yes.
Ooh, poor Toriel and Muffet and Papyrus and I forget who else. Uh,
Um, because the point of these are if you get a monster to that point and you attack them, you can kill them instantly.
ooh,
Uh, and I don't think the party is going to do that. But if they do, I think this needs to be addressed because I kind of just mentioned it in the original session zero and we just kind of swept it to the side.
yeah, probably because we were all like, nah, we're not gonna kill. I mean, I think it's super messed up, and I think even lawful evil characters would typically say that is no bueno.
Yeah, probably. But what if it's not? No.
I was thinking that too, like, what if it's necessary for the greater good or whatever they see as the greater necessity? Like if it was the only way to make this work. Uh, I think that's a rare instance in which it would be acceptable for lawful evil and even lawful neutral. Um, but otherwise, I would say that's a very heinous and despicable thing to gain someone's trust just to make their defeat so much more brutal. Yeah, it's manipulate. It's manipulation, and I personally just find manipulation extremely evil and disgusting.
Yeah, I mean it's the ultimate evil of social stuff.
Hey, that's a good way to
Uh,
look at it.
okay. I mean, I don't know if this even works for Darkness. I don't think this has been confirmed.
Answer
Actually, it
me, my
has, and it
friend.
doesn't.
Oh, may I ask how was proven that, or the example where it didn't work?
If you get a Darkner to full spare and you fight them, they just run away anyways.
All right, I forgot they're especially good at running away.
Yeah, they have the Nigrunda yo. Okay. So I assume this is just not gonna come up. Hopefully. Uh,
I feel like if it does, that'll be a reason for the PvP to happen. Like, bro, why'd you
oh,
do that? Well, I had to do it. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Punch.
I mean that is absolutely a yappe moment. No.
Okay. Good cop, bad cop time. Gotcha.
I don't like this, but okay. I'm sure this is not gonna cause a response from Darkness. I mean, ouch. Okay. I mean, this is gonna make things very interesting, and I'm looking kind of forward to this now, and I hate it. Uh,
It's the best stories include the worst people. I mean, the worst actions.
oopsie, there's a space missing here. Uh, okay. So for the Deltarune stuff, for the post Azure stuff potentially, uh, you all know how the player, you as the player, is an important player actor in Deltarune, right? Uh, I'm not sure Marcus does, but I'm just gonna explain. Uh, Basically, in Deltarune, you as a player is controlling another character directly, and the aforementioned character still has a personality and wants to pursue their own freedom from you as a player. Uh, Now, I initially thought about having the same done to your D&D characters, but that's ridiculous, and I'm not going to do that
Mhm.
because that's insanely hard for me and for everyone else to roleplay.
Oh, I remember this conversation.
What?
I remember you mentioning this a while back.
Yeah. So the balance solution would be that instead of that happening, NPCs and the angel, haha, are going to mention you as the player as opposed to your characters in two separate ways.
Oh.
Like you are a different entity from your character, and you are still an entity that
Yeah.
some characters know exists. I don't know if that would be fine with everyone. I probably explained it very complicatedly, but
No, yeah, that makes sense to me. You know, it's sort of like when they position NPC like looks like you're talking to your character first, but then they look downward or at the camera and address something or say something that the character would have no idea about.
okay.
It's key difference.
Uh,
Yeah, fourth wall break.
okay. What about you, Marcus? Uh,
Ouch. Uh,
question mark. Do you want me to restate it?
uh, excuse me.
Okay. Uh, so I had the idea because this is how it works in Deltrune that you as a player, like you the individual player, and your character are going to be addressed by some NPCs that have knowledge beyond what they should have, so secret bosses mostly, to address you, the player, as a separate entity than your character for fall breaks. Uh, and the generally the the uh, okay, and generally that for some characters you are someone else from your. It would absolutely determinism. Uh,
What are they
I
talking
mean
about?
the whole theme of Deltron is based on the world is not real. It's a game.
Wow.
Devil. I mean,
Wow.
and that NPCs do not have choices or not
Wow.
choices that matter.
Man, I can't wait for Monica to show up. No.
No, I was talking about Sham, but no. I wouldn't really connect that to war, more as in determinism and reality.
But think about this: they're just pawns on a chessboard.
Oh yeah, that works. I didn't think of it like
Dang, the metaphors. Toby Fox and Janlin, you did it, or Marcus. I don't know. Someone did it again.
that. All right. Uh, okay. Why they're again missing spaces? Um, next question. This is an add-on to a thing I asked in this original sessions here. Considering the Midnight Lily character sheet is much more accurate than the other ones, and I will probably be using that more. Would you all want to see that as a public thing? Because currently I have it privated. Uh,
Uh,
or would you all say nah?
I would say it depends how much we should know about Lily and how relevant she'll be to the plot at this point.
Depends.
All right.
I mean, here's the thing: the party didn't really ask her out on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't really show much of her.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, her plot relevance is going to differ very much if you kill her or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for me to determine that at this point.
I guess this is gonna. I hate to give a vague answer, but I would say it depends how much the players want to engage with her, or so to speak, include her in polite, in cooperation.
Okay.
You know,
Uh,
could I give an example from a project I worked on a while back?
sure.
Thank you. So for JRPG that never got finished, one character was very cooperative and friendly, and you could even give them orders. And they explained it saying, I'm going to be relying on you for protection, so if you think I can do something, let me know. Here's a general idea of what I can do. And then it just showed the character information, the stats, and, AI, not AI. AI was optional, but you could still give them orders like a normal player character. But then
Yeah.
another character joined the party and was like, "Look, I'm just traveling with you, and you can't tell me what to do. I make my own choices." And they were completely AI controlled, even though they were part of the party, and you could never really
I
say,
get it.
"Okay, good."
I mean, here's the thing with Midnight Lily. Ingvar is 100% not gonna be able to engage with her
Ooh,
because she hates Ingvar's guts.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that out. Uh, Johnny may get somewhere, although I'm not sure how far I'm gonna be able to or allow that to go.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is more a question for Mooncheese than.
Yeah.
The thing is, if I could make the character sheets visible to certain players, that would
Mm-hmm.
probably be helpful, but I can't.
Oof. Uh, I guess depending on how Mooncheese or Johnny interacts with Ingvar, and Johnny interacts with Lily, you could take some of the information from the character sheet and DM it to Mooncheese, being like, "By the way, Lily reveals that she's capable of things like these," as opposed to having to
Okay.
figure it out by observing her in action.
Wait, does that mean that because Derek fought her, that Derek gets information?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess it depends how much you would like that. I mean, he's no monk. He didn't do analyze it. He didn't do analyze opponent.
Yeah, but he still got attacked by spells and some conversation stuff.
That's true. Then, if you would feel, I guess, generous, I would appreciate slipping some of the. I know you showed me some of her character sheet before. Uh,
Accidentally.
yeah. Oh, it was an accident. Okay, then never mind then.
Uh,
All right, let's go screenshot time. Now my hands are far away from the keyboard right now.
yeah. Hmm.
Sweet Valentine's. Let's go. Oh, it's a Lumix adventure.
Yes.
I feel like it's not going to be so sweet then.
I mean, like this, you just see the entire character sheet. So,
I got 2 seconds to peek. Let's go. Oh,
uh,
gotcha. Thank
I
you.
mean, he got this stuff.
Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah, inflict wounds.
She's got a very big spell list. Spell. Nice, thank you. All right, there she go.
Uh,
Uh,
big.
that's me. Oh, now I
It's
know.
gonna be very scuffed.
No, that's fine. I can see this. I have an idea from. I mean, I suppose I can always ask again if I need to. And you can always say like, no, you don't have keen mind. Thank you.
Speech recognition. Yes.
I can't believe that it doesn't Sprachen Deutsch. I mean,
I said it to English.
oh, that's why. But you are speaking English right now.
Yeah.
I don't. I just
No,
don't.
I just have it disabled
Oh,
generally.
gotcha.
Uh, anything else? I guess thaumaturgy, but that's about it.
Okay. Thank you. I will use this information very well, and I'm sure Flowey will appreciate this knowledge.
Yes. I mean, Flowey is also fighting her, so
Flowey, look out! She has magic.
no. How could I know? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Marcus? Actually, it's gonna be much more important for Marcus because he's actually gonna have an opportunity to fight or not
Yeah.
fight. Actually, not
Fight.
really not fight.
Oh. Yeah. Engage.
He has the option to run away.
Oh, that's a good option.
It worked against Undyne. So you agree with Beck?
Every time I fight
Marcus?
you, I learn another technique from you. Soon I'll know your entire move list.
I mean, that sounds like Arcane Tricksters.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I don't know much about Arcane Trickster, so I'll take your word for it.
They have an ability that lets you copy a spell for 24 hours.
I like that very much. I wish I didn't have to play Rogue to get it now. I'm Mega Man.
Yeah, he's gonna play a gunslinger.
Hmm. Actually, let me think about it. Mega Man is sturdy, but still gets knocked back a lot. If I play another Warforged Rogue with a pistol and Arcane Trickster, say, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic now.
Kinda.
Okay.
Okay. Um, are you all okay with the current system with tabletop and watch together?
Hmm. I
When we have sessions?
here. I just want to make sure I remember. Tabletops for the map and watch togethers for the music, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think it's working. It's, I mean, I forgot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you ever try Roll20?
No.
Okay. You know what? Tabletop's working fine. It's easier to get going. It's not as messy as Roll20, so yeah, it's fine.
Okay. What about you, Marcus? Uh, Marcus?
Fox, Fox, Fox.
Cat. Okay. Um, Marcus, are you fine with the current system with tabletop and watch together that I'm using for the sessions? Okay. Why the space is missing? Uh, this question is probably excluding Beck because he's yelled about this many times.
But I have?
Yeah, I don't like all the stuff that's going on with Derek. I just
Okay.
want him to do the bonk.
Yeah, it sounds right.
um, okay. Pacing. Are you all okay with the current pacing? Because the pacing right now is slow. It's gonna get faster later or soon. Actually,
Are you
we're
sure?
getting into the hot phase.
So is it so much about things being fast or big and intense? Like speed
Tense.
versus volume. Okay.
I mean, you can also absolutely make it fast. You just have to follow Flowey. I mean, he's gonna want you to speedrun it.
Yeah, speedrun, let's go.
Marcus.
It's been a long day, and I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna just do some ankle stretches. No, do so bad. It's weird. I mean, I do want you to keep that. I just want him to bonk. Um, I mean, yeah, I was expecting just a simple, ooh, I am a guard, but I make new friend. Ooh, what is the right thing to do at most for the complicated thing? I really didn't expect all this.
I mean, most of it is no longer here.
That's true, and I do appreciate that.
It may get replaced by care. I mean, depending on what Beck does with someone and skill checks, that may change. But
Yeah,
that's Beck's decision,
that's my decision to roll badly.
or to just say no. I don't want it.
Okay,
Just
no,
leave
no,
it.
no, I don't want to just leave it.
What?
Here, I said it clear as day.
Okay. I'm sure nobody's gonna punk Derek for that.
No, he's built up his AC for this.
No, you have to roll deck saves.
Oh no.
But yeah, uh,
But Arson,
Marcus.
Marcus, do you like things complicated or do you want them to still be relatively simple and straightforward? Relative.
even though they were only complicated for Derek until now.
Yeah, I'm saying like for Marcus. I mean for Ingvar and Johnny, they were relatively simple.
Yeah, for now.
I think he fell asleep.
Uh oh.
I'm gonna turn my volume down so you can shout at him or just bonk
E
him.
Marcus.
Marcus. Yeah, good. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, we were. I was asking about pacing and if you think that currently stuff is at a decent pace because stuff is gonna start getting more uh heavy, tense,
I think the
fast.
terms you're looking for are you thinking fast or escalated? Like
Yes.
okay, so I guess right now they're relatively simple and slow for most of the party, but there's a chance that they're gonna pick up in pace and scale. They're gonna scale up
Yeah.
in wow crazy end game stuff.
Well, not immediately, but it's gonna get there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the question was if you're fine with that, Marcus, or if you want stuff to stay slower-ish. I'm not gonna have the plot get not tense, but I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna not be as urgent with timing. Okay.
Okay.
Uh.
Oh no, the ancient super weapon of the cursed society has been revived. And I say revived not by
Yeah.
resurrected because it's actually a
It's
biological
Gaster.
monstrosity. Oh no, Gaster's back and he's not happy. It's,
Nah.
uh,
It's just gonna have be stuff concerning spoilers. I mean, yeah, stuff's just gonna get faster probably. Um. All right, I'm gonna need some constructive DM criticism.
I mean, I think you know how I feel about this. I don't know if I should answer it again or think about it more.
I actually forgot most of it.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna think about how to say this the right way, so I'm gonna ask if Marcus, you want to go first, or should I?
Marcus?
Meow.
Yeah.
Meow. Wait, why is my thing the only one that's bouncing? Is it people? He's kind of spacing out. That's understandable.
Oh.
I'm extra glad to see
Marcus, if
Johnny
you
again.
feel like taking a rest, you can tell us, and you can answer the questions on your own pace.
Yeah, it has been about an hour at
Don't
this. Oh, sorry.
don't push yourself, please.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm just gonna type it out.
Okay. Oh,
uh, words.
yeah, that sounds right.
Marcus, you're not.
I mean, Marcus, I'm gonna. This is gonna sound. This might sound hypocritical. Hypocritical because I definitely don't do this as much since we started playing D&D every week in some form. Um, it's and this also might sound lawful evil, but I'd like to think as adults, yeah, as we play our adult make believe, we can be adults and understand. Even if we enjoy this a lot, it's more important that we take care. We all can take care of ourselves rather than strain ourselves for a group game. Um, Especially one that meets so regularly. It's nice. It's a very fun and nice ritual, but you know, we, we, we're was just we're all gonna suffer if we're not taking care of ourselves anyway.
Yeah, it's not going to help anyone in the long run.
Yeah, might be
You're just
harder.
gonna burn. You're just gonna burn yourself out, and in the end, you'll say, I don't want to do this anymore."
Look, just like me. No. Uh, Maybe I will post that thing to RPG horror stories later.
Yeah.
Get all the like, get all the karma, get all the Reddit points. Um, but yeah, I mean, for example, I'm sure you've noticed I'm very casual and scuffed about the other campaign, and that is because I am burning out with everything lately. And you know,
Yeah.
I know we're still having a casual fun time, but I'm pretty sure we all see, and at least Jana and I both see, the campaign is dropping in quality because of it. It's more of like just nonsense now, which is I still enjoy, but it's not. I don't think it's what we were really setting out for.
I mean,
But that's a tangent.
thank you,
That's it.
Marcus.
Marcus will take a sit back. I guess this means, yeah, Marcus is going to take it easy, and we'll come back to ask Marcus the questions later. And I hope Marcus can recover and rest. And we care about you, big man. He's a trooper.
Uh,
There he
okay.
goes. Okay. So I guess I got to think about. Show me the question again. Thank you. Okay. Do you have any criticism for the DMing? Okay. I'm gonna say I'm sorry in advance if my words go bork and I just sound angry or you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you have you joke about the railroad stuff, and I know that joking about our own flaws is part of how we acknowledge them and up, learn how to improve on them slowly, or at least not take it too personally. We hurt us that we beat ourselves up over to an unhelpful degree. But I do agree that sometimes it can be too railroady. Uh, it's your first time DMing, so it's understandable. But still,
You
yeah.
mean with the thing, the Nightmare Moon stuff?
Well, that's one thing, yeah. Uh,
Which, in retrospect, I said, yeah, that was kind of stupid.
yeah. This is another criticism thing, and this is still I've watched a lot of D&D videos lately, which is I don't know if that's a good idea, but something that I saw. I don't know if you've seen that Super Geek Mike channel.
No.
Okay, things for DMs and early, prep. Um, this is I just want to state this is not me being salty about the no deities thing, but
I mean, I said there's the option for it. I even made a list for it.
I do appreciate that. Uh,
Dude.
Actually, and I'm not going to include that then, because that's just it's superfluous then. Actually, no, I'm gonna include it just for the future. Uh, I think if there's gonna be a reason that certain classes or domains cannot be included,
Yes.
it's good to address it beforehand. Even I know there's no reason to think about it at the time, but now we know for the future that if this is going to be a world where this sort of thing has no place or presence, and that includes magic, that includes divinity, that includes technology, I think it is good to have to sort of set that up beforehand.
Actually, here's the thing.
Yes.
If it would be something that you would do before you fell down, it wouldn't be a problem at all.
Dang, that's a good point.
It just became a problem because you're a monster and you wouldn't have knowledge about this.
That makes sense.
So I think this is more a
Yeah,
problem of yeah, I didn't really know what I was gonna be dealing with.
that's an understandable. That's very understandable. Um,
Okay.
I suppose maybe this is you can bonk me for for trying to be over prepared, but hmm, I feel like there should be some explanation or some loophole or hand wave if a player character decides to get into a certain play style or class, then there is some explanation for how it's getting in there.
I
And
mean, that's what I think is the right thing to do. Is just for cleric specifically. There is no reason right now,
I mean, call me biased,
and
but oh sorry.
yeah,
Do you remember how in the beginning of the other campaign, there was a question, Beck? You've said there's revival stuff. Well, where's the religion? I don't know. I just did they just call on natural forces? I I have a soft spot for sort of using cleric stuff and paladin stuff, but just calling on quote unquote natural forces. But that's probably my bias for getting around, religious institutions and bordering
that
on
just sounds like druids,
it does sound like druids, but in a different flavor. And I guess
rangers,
cosmic druids, celestial
astral
druids,
druids.
yeah, astral druids, and it ends up coming in the flavor of sunbolt, sun sunbolt, breathing stardust life force. Oops, now we're in space. But that's been my go-to explanation for having cleric stuff and quote unquote holy stuff, even when there's no established religion. And most people I've played with just find it just works and it's acceptable, even if it's not sacrilegious.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm stingy.
yeah. You're a traditionalist. You're
It's,
not
it's
a.
it's just more that I feel like a cleric based on ideology is a political extremist first and for all. Secondly, it sounds kind of weird to me,
Okay, so hear me out.
and
Oh, sorry.
yes,
No, I didn't know you weren't done. Sorry.
yeah, and third, that would mean every politician is a cleric,
Okay. Is there more?
which
Is
is very weird.
Oh no, it's not
All right,
separate.
here's
Yeah.
here comes Stalin. He's gonna use divine intervention to have Karl Marx reappear from his grave.
I mean, he could have the domain of war.
I mean, yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah. I guess. Oh no, we've taken church. It was supposed to be separation of church and state, not integration. Uh,
It's
I.
almost like socialism is a religion replacement.
Oh no, who could have seen this?
Uh,
I do find it very weird. I understand why they did that, but I still find it bad politics.
it is absolutely bad. But actually, this is more a debate about politics now. But I believe a lot of historians say that ideologies like fascism and communism, socialism are just replacement for religion.
Okay, so hear me out. The way I was thinking about it, it's not as much about politics being linked to clerics, but like monk and I suppose the mix of martial arts and let's see,
Paladins.
yeah, like paladins and even monks, where it's they're trying to find the eternal truth and improve their bodies and their minds, and thus they ascend into immortality and they become linked with the universe, and then they can call on it. That's I was thinking,
Buddhism.
what? Yeah, Buddhism. So I was thinking of it more like clerics. And I know I'm not the only because I've looked this up and I've seen a lot of it. Is some campaigns where there's no deities or no established religion specifically, the clerics are just a different branch of monks. Haha, a different not a karate monk, but a Christian monk, or like a weird a sort of hybrid, but
Hmm.
less about fight, still about perfection and harmony, but less about doing martial arts and more about attaining the truth. More asceticism. Oh, I didn't know
So
about
way of
yours.
mercy monk.
that sounds good. I was not aware of that. Oh, is this a homebrew?
No.
Okay. Oh, I see some Tosh. Okay, I will admit I'm not too familiar with Tosh's, but this makes sense. You know, the wandering monk, the wandering healer. Actually, that makes a lot of sense with clerics. Just
Yeah, I mean, this is more the traditional kind of, Tibetan monk cleric.
yeah. Actually, it's also a big thing in Shinto Japan. Just
I was not aware of that.
or like the mix of Shintoism and Buddhism, where they're traveling the road and healing those in need, becoming community figures, but never sticking around, and generally helping people be better people. You know,
Huh.
teach, yeah,
Freedom, no.
healing and teaching.
Dang, I didn't know Freedom is a Shintoist.
Wow. Uh,
Okay,
so that was. I thank you for that, for humoring that big tangent, and also we both learned stuff. Yeah, inner peace. Let's go. We don't have to pray to anyone specifically. We're all linked. So let me give some life force to you too. Wow.
I mean, it does seem kind of tappy to me. Also, I question how divine intervention works, but
I mean, I guess at that point, they just I would be okay with just removing divine intervention in that
ouch.
sense, just for the sake of making it make sense. Or if you wanted to, if you really wanted to keep it, but also accept this, I would say something like the weave. But
The weave.
you
Just
know,
the magic itself helps you.
I mean,
Actually, I thought the weave stuff is more a sorcerer thing.
yeah, it's like it's a. I think yeah, the weave is more of a sorcerer stuff, and to a lesser extent, wizard. Uh, but I think you can see the comparison. Actually, it reminds me of how I forget which branch of Chinese of ancient Chinese philosophy or and certain arts is simply like how chi works and the presence of chi and harmony in the universe and how everyone and everything is linked and you can sort of and someone who is trained and at peace can sort of sense the flow of chi and its different variant the different chis and sort of bend that flow of chi to their advantage.
Yeah, this sounds very much like how sorcerers are supposed to work.
That's a good point. Oh my goodness, it's all linked together. All the classes are just branches of the same existence. No, we kind of.
Mystics.
Dang it, Toby
Uh,
Fox. Um, but yeah, so that's my take on it, and I was probably yeah, but
okay,
getting yeah.
I think this is okay. I may have it like this if anybody wants to suddenly become a cleric or a paladin in the potential post Azure stuff.
Yay, I'm contributing.
Unless they want to be a cleric of the angel,
I mean, that does
in
sound
which case, please be lawful evil.
yeah. That's yeah. That's understandable. He's not good. Yes. Actually, there's a lot of arguments about. I don't know. Do you want to hear some? I know. Do you want to hear a very watered down version of spooky Bible philosophy or real life mysticism?
No, not Bible stuff again.
No, he's doing it again. Why does Beck have to be interested in all the interested or versed in all the things Janlin isn't, but only the things he isn't?
Not true. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Angel of Death. Some see the Angel of Death as you know malicious
So the
and
Grim Reaper.
yeah, like the Grim Reaper as malicious and overzealous, depending on how bad they feel about death. But a lot of cultures and religious branches of Judaism and Christianity view the Grim Reaper or the Angel of Death, just as simply a part of the natural cycle. And the fun thing, um, a ri- oh my goodness, what is that face, and why do I not remember drawing that? I say in jest.
This one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, this one. I want to. Wow, it's like a cool dude. Um, just
I mean, yeah, I think Helm War is a good example of what you're describing.
yeah. Oh, and he started as a dude. Dang.
He, he worked his way up the hierarchy.
What was I gonna say? Oh, he's in fifth edition. Oh, that's pretty rad.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
also lawful neutral.
That sounds right.
I
Uh,
mean, uh, wait, hold on a second.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So, were you gonna say something?
Uh, what?
Were you gonna say something?
I just wanted to say for I think for a deaf deity, the best thing you can do is just be unbiased and be lawful neutral,
Yeah, that sounds
because
right.
death is a fundamental force of nature of existence.
Dang, I can't
Uh,
believe all we can do is respect and accept, as long as it's not used, out of place.
as long as you don't want to become a lich or something.
Ooh, yikes. I'm gonna escape death, but not you.
I'm going to become undeaf.
Yeah. But yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand how Azrael is not neutral. He's not.
I mean, I'd assume that he would still accept neutral alignments.
Okay.
Uh, or chaotic neutral, evil in denial.
Yay. Thank you, Runesmith. But yes,
But yeah,
so it's one criticism of DMing. Um,
what?
so yeah, that was. I mean, I don't know if there was any more to say about the angels. I do have some other criticisms for the DMing and communication, but I don't want to, jump to the next item until this part is, satisfied with that.
Uh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? My grandma was yelling.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have some other criticisms for DMing and communication, but I don't want to jump to the next item until we're both satisfied with the talk about clerics and classes and deity stuff.
I mean, yeah. The point is, it doesn't have to be a deity. It can be a philosophy.
Okay,
Uh, yeah,
okay,
or it can be Azrael.
yeah, it can be as real. Actually, it does remind me, 3.5, 3.5. Haha. There are plenty of cleric classes that worship false deities or entities that today would be considered warlock patrons, or is it called
Uh,
false deities, where they're just super powerful. They're like the old world ideas of daemons and gods, where they're just super fey. Like
okay, I can't really find anything. Okay. Uh,
there's like this weird. No, I don't mean for domains or patrons. It's like in
oh,
the later monster manuals, there are different creatures that can become clerics, and it says they don't worship true deities. Instead, they just worship high rank archfey and, excuse me, high rank, high level sorcerers and
hmm.
wizards who happen to give them, just
So
because of their
demigods.
yeah, effectively, yeah, demigods by ascension. And it's like,
Huh.
they're powerful enough to give you domain power, I guess. Because the thing is, clerics do play differently than warlocks and sorcerers and wizards and druids. So it's not just the source of their power, but it's also the features they get. I think, and sometimes it makes more sense for a character to be a cleric to a archfey rather than to have warlock strat plays. If that makes sense.
I think so.
I guess it's
I don't really like. I don't really agree with it, but I think it makes sense.
well, that's good news, and yeah, I can understand why it would be disagreeable. Fighters and rangers are not interchangeable; they're not mix and match with each other, and neither are clerics and warlocks.
Unless you are playing an arcane, arcane knight.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Uh,
Yeah, complicated. Dang, I can't believe I can't just mix and match class features for the ultimate munchkin. For
yeah, I'm gonna play a wizard, barbarian, fighter, sorcerer.
yay! I'm Mario. I'm the Jack of Trades.
I can do everything, anything.
Cut to Jeff on a Mario
Oh.
costume. I'm sure that's been drawn.
Yeah, here, world revolving in SM64 sound fun.
Yeah, I think that exists actually. Also, let me just stop the recording and restart it.